What up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel, Dap Universal. I'm Dap, so coming back at you with another pick card reading. And today I'm doing something completely different, some real different stuff. We are gonna have a, well, you saw it in the title probably, but we're having a brief message from your haters, your criticizers. Not your enemies, not your frenemies, not people who have bad intentions for you. Also, not even a gossipy breed. This is not what they're saying about you. This is how they see you. This is a certain truth of sorts, meaning that they pulled it from somewhere. There's a reason why they feel this way. They're perceiving you as being some kind of flawed, right? As we all are flawed, and this is just to give you some self-awareness as to maybe how other people are seeing you in the not so positive, you know. And I know I may have tricked you into shadow work right now, and come back. Don't go nowhere. You're already here now. It ain't gonna kill you. The shadow work never kill nobody, as far as I know. Probably a good time to put a disclaimer about how I'm not liable for. Anyway, no, really though. Shadow work is just being able to kind of hear or acknowledge the shadow. And that's it. You ain't gotta work that hard to change it or like try to come up with a plan to fix yourself, or no, it's not that. Acknowledging where this negative energy comes from or this block come from, so that way when you get triggered, you kind of more likely to stop and think about it before you cuss out that person at the DMV or you throw a phone at somebody. You know, you may say, wait a minute, is this my childhood trauma? It is. And you know, and not catch that charge. You know, I'm trying to help you out. But you got 3 pals to pick from. Here they are on the screen. Yeah, they're real cute, aren't they? I definitely kind of tricked you into doing some shadow work. But yeah, you can pause the video if you need to. Like the video as well. Subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, and just know like the timestamps are below in the description and all that good stuff. And I won't bore you to death. I'll see you at your readings. Bye for now. Well. What's up, pal number 1? Welcome to your reading if you chose the Wabbit. We're looking into so just a brief message from your haters, your criticizers, your the people who aren't necessarily seeing the good before the bad. And when I say haters, keep in mind I don't mean just somebody who just like has it out for you, or an enemy, or someone who's have bad intentions for you either. This is just someone who has critiques, and this could be anybody. This could be a friend too, like, you know. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an ugly thing or a malicious thing or a jealousy thing, because that's not my intentions with this reading. My intentions is to actually take something that one, I feel like a lot of readers don't even want to touch. It's like, who want to sit here and watch some crazy stuff about they haters and what they think? I'm for that. I'm the main one screaming during the gossip readings. Fuck what they say. Fuck what they think. If they don't pay your bills, you pay them bitches no mind. It ain't none of their business. It ain't none of like. But I do the what's the gossip readings, and I do like these types of readings because, if anything, it can help us become a little bit more self-aware. You know, and someone's perception of us may not be how we see ourselves, and it may not be like the true version of ourselves, but it does offer us some insight into like, okay, it had to come from somewhere, you know. So take it for what it is, you know, and take what resonates, leave it don't. Don't get your you know, your panties in a wad or in a bunch and start girl. If you don't like the reading, just click off. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. It's shadow work. Surprise! We doing shadow work. But it's a quick message though. It's a shout out, okay? Just hear me out. So you did choose the Wabbit, right? So I'm gonna read you what the rabbit is out of Kim Kranz's Animal Spirit Guidebook. And it is an earth totem, so you can be a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. Don't have to be, but it's that energy, right? It says, afraid of everything, overwhelmed, frozen. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for such a great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared. most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, oh rabbit. They shape your destiny. When in balance, the rabbit is sensitive, a problem solver, and a good listener. When out of balance, the rabbit over-explains and talks too fast. To bring it back into balance, a day of shh, silence. Yeah. So the rabbit. The cute little rabbit picture, right? That we chose. The shadow side of that is the energy of always being just too scared. It's anxiety. So you may be someone who suffer from anxiety. You may have been through a lot of stuff. I mean, if you resonate with that rabbit energy, I mean, people's reactions to things, like especially in adulthood, usually stem from some trauma from childhood, or just like, you know, like if it's because of like some type of trauma or like some situation like growing up, or maybe even in your earlier adult years, it's like no one's faulting you for being the way you are. You know, no one's faulting you for being extra cautious or like feeling like you have to always be on guard because of the things that you've gone through. You know, if you had this easy peasy, wonderful, beautiful life and everything was just handed to you and you have to ever worry about anything, you wouldn't be that energy. So it had to come from somewhere. So I respect that. I acknowledge that. And you should do this thing. Like, acknowledge, like, if you are that type of anxiety-driven type of energy, it just means that you have been through so much that you have to be paying attention. Maybe vigilant about paying attention. But let's roll some of these divination dice, see what comes up. The energy. All right, I see South Node. Ooh. South Node is what you cling to. It's the opposite of the North Node. North Node is like what you step into this life, what you step into like your cosmic destiny, your purpose. The South Node is like what we kind of cling to when we're not awakened yet, or when we are not aware. It's like we keep it's a bottomless pit that we keep feeding energy into that never ever satisfies us or evolves us in any kind of way, because it's an old lesson. So we learned in a past life. It's where we come from. It's a pattern that needs to be broken. So you have South Node in Pisces in the 8th house. You don't have to have these placements, but remember, you could be any Earth sign, but you could also be Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini. So far. So how your haters are seeing you, the energy is like clinging on to anything that you deem as safe, even things that are not safe. They like, it's like when I see this South Node in Pisces in the 8th house, this is like, say, an energy of someone who is codependent on other people, or codependent in a relationship, a specific relationship where you know this person is no good for you, and you just keep going back. It could be a mother. It could be a love relationship. It could be a best friend. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it's like feeling like you don't know how it would be possible for you to break away from this person, or you know what I'm saying? And it's like your criticizers or your haters, they see you as somebody who, it's like, for somebody to be so scared, you show to keep like running into like the most unsafe person that you could possibly find. You know, it's like it doesn't make a lot of sense to them. But South Node in Pisces in the 8th house is that energy of maybe being a little codependent, as well as in the 8th house of obsessive. It's the house of Scorpio. It's obsessive. It can be in the shadow side, like manipulative, a little bit taboo. It could be an age dynamic there for some reason. I can see that. Also, there may be things held over maybe someone's head, like money or resources. Like, well, it's like they put me in a situation where I kind of have to stay, or I feel like it's hard for me to get out. It's that. So what's the opposite of South Node in Pisces in the 8th house? It is North Node in Virgo in the 2nd house. So what does the energy look like? This is somebody who's not anxious, but they're aware. North Node in Virgo is like the energy of like you're mentally astute, you're paying attention to all the details, but not afraid to pipe up and say, wait, that don't make no sense. Can we analyze this? Can we check this real quick? But no, you said yesterday. You know, it's like it's not afraid to do that. And in the second house, it knows where it stands. It knows its values. Second house is the house of Taurus, of your values. What's your self-worth as well? So that may be a big thing for you to kind of understand about yourself so you can go down a healthier path. But what's the motivation behind these underlying energies that are being picked up on from your criticizers? Like what motivates them to see you in that light? What else motivates them in? Okay. So 2 cards want to come out. We have the 5 of Wands and the World. All right. A lot of them see you in that light because you are so... You have something about you that's like a cut above the rest. I'm trying to put it into words. The World is the last card in the deck. And like, it's someone who would be very successful. Someone who's like meant to be something in this world. A light, a something. In the 5 of Wands, it's just like saying it's confusion and there's like chaos surrounding you. But it's like even your haters or your criticizers can see like you're frustrating because it's like there's no competition with you. Like there's no competing with you for real. You stick out, you stand out, and it's like you have these wonderful, beautiful ideas, or like you're just it's almost like you're just like an old soul, or like you've done this before and you're just like speed running or something like that. But it's like your own thoughts, your own self-worth, your own perception of how other people see you is what gets in your own fucking way because you're brilliant. People see you as absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Your energy is just scattered. So it's like you get in your own way. And part of getting in your own way is like when you perpetuate a story that's more so negative than just trying to overcome it or seeing the positive. You manifest it. You are a manifester. So if your haters could give you any advice, like actual advice, because you know we're giving them the floor today for a half a second before we go back to not giving a fuck about what they got to say. But it's productive. Let's see what they got to say that's productive. I see the King of Cups in reverse with the 9 of Swords. Okay. For some of y'all, if you aren't in counseling, go to counseling. I'm not a sponsor of BetterHelp. I've used it before. But that lady said I was so messed up that I should just go like get a real therapist. She was like, I don't think I can help you with your problems, Dad. Real shit, she said that. But anyway, you might, go just find someone objective that you can talk to. Talk therapy is a thing. I feel like no matter how healthy you think you might be, everybody can benefit from having somebody who can listen to their life and their problems and objectively give them advice because they're not attached to it, you know? Someone who's not your friend or family. That is part of your advice. The King of Cups is the listener. It is the counsel. The 9 of Swords is about anxiety. It's like once you clear your mind and you separate these fears from what you perceive as fact, unstoppable, baby. Unstoppable. Your haters may turn into your fans, okay? But sound off in the comments if this resonated, how this resonated, or whatever. Just say hey dap if you want to. That does help boost the algorithm and stuff. And tap the like button while you edit if you want to, you know? All that good stuff. Just remember this. If you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye. What up, pal? Duh. And welcome to your reading. If you chose the Octopussey, welcome to your reading about what your haters, your criticizers, got to say about you. Just a brief message. We're gonna give them the stage, give them the floor for a half a second. Never done this on this channel before. I thought it was a very interesting read. If we can keep it productive. This is not a what's the gossip reading. This is like how they really perceive you. You know, and a criticizer isn't necessarily a hater, by the way. When I say hater, it's just like, you know what I mean. But like, someone who sees a flaw in you, which we all see flaws in everybody. It's not judgmental. It's not the energy I'm trying to go with. It's just how I was trying to figure out a way to present some shadow work to you without you running like full speed, like nope, out of it. It's too late. You can't go nowhere now. You're already here. Come back. Stay. You're already here. A little shadow work ain't never kill nobody, I don't think. So like, you know, we're gonna keep it real sweet and no trigger warnings or nothing like that. Just, you know, be calm, breathe, baby. But it is gonna highlight maybe a real thing that you have to kind of maybe acknowledge within yourself. And that's really what shadow work is. Shadow work is not trying to fix a bunch of stuff. Shadow work is really just acknowledging that the flaw exists. And when you acknowledge it, you're naturally gonna want to know how this come about, where this come from. And you're gonna start doing the self-discovery and the digging, and then you'll find it's probably something that has to do with childhood or your mom or your mom's mom or whatever. And once you know that, the next time you get triggered, you might be more likely to say, "Wait a minute, am I really going through something with this person or this situation, or is this just a reaction from my childhood bullshit?" Huh? You know, and then you may not cuss out that lady at Church's Chicken for not putting that jalapeno pepper in your bag like you asked and throwing a whole box at her. You may stop and say, "Wait a minute." So it's all for your benefit. So what I want to do is read you what the octopus says, because it's going to be your animal spirit out of the Kim Crans's Wild Unknown. And this is going to describe the energy of like maybe how your criticizers are seeing you. But it is a water totem, and that's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. You don't have to be, but I mean, if you are, you are. But it says reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. So the octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with the lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. When in balance, the octopus is interested and engaged and intelligent, but when out of balance, it's needy, it's clingy, and it lacks courage. To bring it back into balance, space to oneself and talk therapy. All right, if you were drawing the pile number 1, go watch that too. Mm-hmm. Oh my messy pile. I'm just playing. I'm gonna roll the dice to see what the energies are. All right, so you have your Uranus in Aries in the 12th house. Okay, Uranus is the energy of say when things kind of pop in to like just shake us up when we're unexpectedly, to revolutionize our lives or to just really cause a little bit of chaos to get us to like where we need to be. Uranus has the best intentions for us, but it doesn't. It sneaks attacks, and it doesn't quite care if you're uncomfortable about it. It's the rebel, you know. It's Aquarius's ruler. But that in Aries, it's like saying something, some kind of energy of like you may be a rebel. You may be a rebel. You may kind of like not like to define yourself by the rules of society, especially social norms. You may be very much a snowflake, and that's everything. But your haters kind of see you as somebody who just like, there's one thing to rebel for a reason, and there's another thing to just rebel because you don't want to be the same as everyone else. I'm different. Like everyone's going that direction. Okay, I'm gonna go that direction. You know, it's like, if it's for a reason that you're standing for, then yeah, rebel. I'm an Aquarius, baby, and I know what that, you know. But I also went through a phase when I was younger where it's just like, what are y'all doing? Okay, I'm gonna do the opposite, even to my detriment. You know, even if I really wanted to do that other thing. You know, it's part of growing up, but I understand that energy a lot. And the 12th house is like, it's lonely. The 12th house can be you being so independent or you being so hell-bent on being that rebel or being different or being an individual that you kind of lose sight of like what it means to connect to people. And so the few people that you do connect with, it's like you lose yourself and no boundaries because like maybe you're so starved for the affection sometimes. It's lonely to be alone, you know? But what's the underlying motivation of your haters seeing you this way? For pile number 2, what's the underlying motivation? Ooh. Okay, it's like 5 cards here. Okay, 1 card. All right, we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Because you lack a certain sense of commitment and practicality, you don't like to find yourself in situations where people have to rely on you. You don't quite like the idea of commitment, even though you secretly probably want a committed relationship if you're not in one. But it's like it's this energy of like wild and young and free, but you know, people kind of see through that as like maybe you just not being grounded or you not being reliable. And that's another energy of the octopus of like having its arms in all different directions because it can't commit to anything. I bet you're a jack of all trades, beautifully talented person, but you can't seem to master anything really because you won't focus on one thing. You won't choose something, right? All right, what's the advice here from your haters? If we gave them the microphones, like here, okay, you got 2 seconds. If you go toxic, I swear to God, I'm cutting the mic. You know, like we're gonna keep it productive. But if your haters was to give you some advice, what would it be? We have the Magician in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse. A reminder that you do not, when it comes down to relationships and not even just romantic relationships, just when we attract like minds and kindred spirits, when we do that, when we call people into our lives on a soul level, we attract what we are, not what we want. A reminder that with the Magician in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse, the quality of the people that you attract and you let in and you keep around is a reflection of what you are, not what you want. So ask yourself, if you are dating or if you are say trying to connect with people and you're like, why I keep like manifesting, why I keep like attracting these fucking like low down, dirty, fucking, you know, just skeezy, narcissistic people. It's not to say that you're narcissistic or skeezy or anything like that. There's a part of you that feels like that is what you deserve, or that is what you, essentially deserve. It's like, or like you may actually share those traits, but on the flip side, like the narcissist, well, you may be the empath. Like no boundaries and no boundaries. Either one of those have boundaries out the box, baby. It's like, or if you find yourself attracting people who just are clingy and you are afraid of commitment, it's like 2 sides of a different coin. You attract what you are, not what you want. Even if those things are kind of opposite, they still live on the same spectrum. So it's for us to kind of do the hard work and try to, you know, take accountability and say like, why do I give this type of person time of day? What about me is resonating so much with this person that we both keep pulling towards each other? You know, just admitting what the flaw is, right? We're not trying to change anything. And if you do that, the Three of Swords, you will avoid those situations. Because like, look, you're always gonna meet people. You're always gonna meet people who are manipulators, liars. Like just because you heal yourself or you get boundaries doesn't mean that those people just stop showing up. No, you just stop entertaining it. You don't go on 3 or 4 dates with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it from a mile away and be like, oh hell no. Absolutely not. Bye. But I ain't got time for that. That's what normally happens. You don't entertain the bullshit anymore. That's really what it is. These people still exist and they still try to come into your energy. But, you know, why do we keep letting them in? But just food for thought. I'm not gonna sit here all day with you. Sound off in the comments, let me know how this resonated. If you didn't click off, if you are bold enough if you could stomach it. And just remember, guys, I love you, and until next time, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings, all we do. Bye. What up, pile number 3? If you chose the magnificent Moth, welcome to Moth piles. I don't know why I just got like the strongest like of mothballs. I don't know, those random. It has nothing to do with your reading, but welcome to your reading. On what do your haters got to say about you? If we gave them the floor right now for 5 seconds, and probably not longer than that, what they got to say about you, and how can we twist that and turn into something productive for self-awareness? So yeah, you chose the Moth, so we're gonna read the Moth out of Kim Kranz's Animal Spirit Guidebook, and this is gonna be kind of explaining to you how some of your haters kind of see you, your criticizers. It is an air totem, so it could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Don't have to be, but it's an air sign. It says impulsive, hasty, wishful. The Moth is sure that the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energies at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, and burnout. It's helpful to remind Moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or somehow different. When in balance, the Moth is enthusiastic and whimsical. When out of balance, it idealizes others and is jittery. To bring it back into balance, just finish a project or something, damn! Just finish something! That's like what your haters are saying, like, you start stuff and just make messes. Just messes. It's one of your criticizes your mom or some shit, like, because when I say hater, I'm not talking about some like enemy, like someone wishing bad intentions on you. No, it's just someone who just clearly sees a flaw in you and like dislike it. It doesn't have to be someone who's not on your side, but I am gonna roll the dice to kind of get more insight into your energy before we get into the spread. This is a 2-card spread. It's easy peasy. It's real simple. I meant a brief message when I said a brief message. So, you know, we're gonna be all day. We have North Node in Libra in the first house. Oh my god, if you were attracted to pile number 1, really go watch pile number 1, because it's all the same placement except for Libra. It's the opposite. Oh, wait. Actually, I don't remember what the placement was, but it was North Node or South Node for that. Let me stop. But go watch pile 1 if you're drawn to it and shit. North Node in Libra in the first house. So North Node is that energy of like what you kind of step into in this life. A purpose. It may be uncomfortable if you're not aware, and we normally cling to the South Node until we awaken or step into our power. So this is saying like maybe you have really started to step into your power because your North Node is up. You don't have to have this placement, but it is an energy of like part of your life path, and it is North Node in Libra in the first house is moving away from being so damn independent or so damn controlling about relationships or fearing commitment that you find the inspiration to embrace it. But it comes through learning and knowing yourself first. So North Node in the first house is almost a contradiction to North Node in Libra, because Libra is the 7th house, Aries is the first house. Those are opposite signs. If it sounds like I'm speaking French right now, don't worry about it. We're gonna do astrology lessons on my second channel called Dabology. It's coming soon. Just we're gonna teach you something. But if you know what I mean, it's like saying you're learning about relationships or learning about connections with people by knowing who you are first. So that way you know where you end and that other person begins. So you're not losing yourself and merging with people. You can merge with people, but still understand your energy from theirs. That's that's when we get codependent, when we can't discern us from them, and we're just one like blob thing, not you anymore. So that's something that your haters are recognizing, right? Something that they're recognizing. But the thing about that is, if you've been in relationships or tried to date or like something like that, it's like you get bored. You get bored as hell. So bored. at the healthiest relationships. It's almost like you feel like if it's not traumatizing and triggering and like, you know, making you want to like choke the living daylights out of somebody, then it must be like boring, you know? Normalizing the toxicity can oftentimes make you feel like if it's not at least somewhat like abusive, then it's, you know, I don't feel any sparks. That's kind of what your haters are saying about you in terms of that for somebody. But what's the motivation behind how your haters are seeing you or your criticizers? What's the motivation beneath them seeing you this way? I do see the Five of Wands in reverse. Missing the chaos. Five of Wands is about chaos. It's about chaos and confusion and conflict and competition. It's like, it's almost like an adrenaline rush or something like that. And it's like, without that, you feel like, I don't know, it's like a boiled potato with no salt and butter. Just, you know? Yeah, with the Two of Pentacles. Because I feel like you've walked away from very like situations that could have been very good for you, grounding for you, healing for you, because you felt like you were wasting time or like you just weren't really into it. It's like, I think if you're feeling that way and it wasn't and this is like resonating for you right now, maybe it just wasn't time for you to date yet. Maybe you're just not ready yet. It's okay. Because you do have North Node and Libra in the first house, meaning that you get there by learning who you are first. And this is just part of the steps. It's like, I mean, I've been there. I've literally been there. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, I'm really crazy. Like, why am I sitting here like this is a great person, and like I'm just like, it's like a wet noodle. Like I don't like, why aren't you toxic right now? Why aren't you flipping tables over and punching holes in the walls? And I'm like, okay, I shouldn't be dating. Like, I need to just sit this one out. But you know, it's just about acknowledging like your bullshit. You don't have to change it, just acknowledge it. You know, just take time out, shit. You know. But any advice from your criticizers? What advice would they give you? Not positive advice. Productive advice. You know, productive advice. Because this is for being self-aware, not just gossip. It's not what's a gossip. I do see the Two of Swords in reverse. Take off the blindfold, sis. You gotta, they would say, look at your shit, look at your bullshit. Look at it. With strength. And it takes a lot of strength to take off the blindfold and look at something that's about you. It's like, wait, am I being judgmental about this person? Am I nitpicking about this person and making myself like believe that they're not my type because I'm so used to situations that are not good for me or healthy for me, tumultuous, and not just in love, but like friendships, any kind of connection, work, whatever. It's like, if it's not, you know, setting me off the deep end, why do I have a hard time engaging with it? For some people, this is not going to resonate with everybody, but that is the message. I'm gonna keep it simple as that. Quick and short and to the point, baby. You know, just remember this. Go ahead and tap that like button if you can. Subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, remember this. If you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and all we do.